Mukbang.
Mukbang.
Mukbang. It's whether it's mukbang.
Our sixth birthday party for my sister's house cafe, and special thanks to Michelle and Kaylee for helping organize this. And also with us is our new cafe manager, Myra.
Hello.
So, as you know, our cafe started 6 years ago, and we're very proud of it. And now we've opened up a second cafe, which is why we hired Myra. Ladies, do you want to take it from here?
Yeah. Michelle, do you want to go into maybe let's talk about what today is, show our food, give some people some time if they, aren't completely on here.
Yeah, so we kind of came up with this idea at a social media workshop that we went to, and we really wanted to do mukbang, and then I don't know, COVID-19 happened and everything. We figured that this was the perfect opportunity to just go for it. Especially since COVID-19 happened, we haven't been able to go to the cafe and host the party there. So we thought we'd just do it live and with all of you.
Yeah. And so we have some food.
Yeah, we couldn't get actual cafe food since they're both closed. So we made our own versions of the cafe food. So one of my favorite things is the egg salad sandwich. So I made my own egg salad sandwich at home.
So I made my ramen. I made spicy ramen. And if you brought food to this mukbang, comment below. Comment in the comments. Tell us what you are eating. And
I got myself my iced coffee.
Yeah. Myra.
Hey, matching. Cheers.
Yeah, we also have little possible birthday cakes. I have a mochi for my birthday cake.
Oh, I made brownies last night. And hey, the purple candle for my sister's house.
Yep. And because purple is the domestic violence color.
Yes.
Yeah, and we're all here repping my sister's house and our shirts. Myra's got the My Sister's Cafe shirt on.
We have a board member. Let's, Catherine, is it okay if we bring you in to say a quick hi? Former board member.
That'd be lovely.
Hi.
Whoa, Spain.
Hope you're staying CV-19 free, Catherine.
Oh, yeah.
Catherine and I remember, have had lunch or two at the cafe. So looking forward to her coming back and having lunch again with us at the cafe. And speaking of lunch, hoping that you all will join us, or those that are working downtown still or know somebody who's working downtown still. Tomorrow's a special takeout day at the cafe. So we're taking orders for the cafe for tomorrow. Myra, do you want to say anything about what they could order?
Yes, we'll be serving some wraps, veggie wraps, turkey, pesto wraps. We will also be having salads, some gourmet sandwiches, same with turkey, ham, roast beef. So far, that's what we got. We also will be serving half salads for, I believe we got it at $6. The rest will be at $8, and sandwiches at $9, I believe. Can we get that up there? Or
$7, yeah. And so what we're gonna do is after this live stream, we'll post on our Facebook and Instagram the full. We're gonna post the full adjusted menu for COVID-19, like we said. It's gonna be big tomorrow. So if you want to order food from the cafe tomorrow, that would be awesome. Because we're gonna be there. We have a catering order that we're gonna do. So if you want to order cafe food for tomorrow, that would be great.
Yeah, we have a catering come for tomorrow, so we're gonna be there. So it'd be perfect if we put those orders in today. We'll definitely be there tomorrow.
And we'll have you pick them up curbside. and so that way we practice our social distancing. Also, we're going to keep our catering options open if you're interested in getting something catered, or maybe you want to just don't cook dinner. What maybe you have a family dinner that you want to do. Maybe we do an order for that, or some other type of thing. Maybe you work for an essential service like a hospital, and catering would be awesome to have for a lunch or something.
Oh yeah, that would be great because then no one has to like think about food and stuff. Also, I'm like running out of food at my house with COVID-19. So one of these days I'm gonna have to go and make a big birthday trip, or not birthday, big grocery shopping trip.
Yeah.
I think because of CV-19, we're trying to make sure that we have the cafe treats, the cafe takeouts, perhaps on one day a week, and so that we can bundle them all up and keep everybody safe. So that's one of the ways that we're trying to help. So if you go by both cafes, unfortunately right now both are closed. We appreciate a shout out to channel 13 for Good Day Sacramento for doing a spotlight on the cafe a few weeks ago. And also Kitty O'Neill on her radio show talking about our cafe. We appreciate that.
Yeah. All right.
Aren't there some other birthdays, Michelle? Didn't someone else honor my sister's house with their birthday with some gifts?
Oh yeah, someone. Oh shoot. Jackson Wang recently had a birthday of the OT7 AGA team. And so someone donated in honor of his birthday. So happy birthday, Jackson.
Cool. Happy birthday, Jackson.
Happy birthday, Jackson.
Yeah, and also we wanted to thank everyone who has been buying gift cards and supporting my sister's house, my sister's cafe, and the Women to Work program. Thank you so much for buying gift cards and continue to buy gift cards for the cafe. So that way when it's open, you'll already have that set up and you can come in and grab some food. That really helps us out right now. As you know, all restaurants are kind of figuring out creative ways to stay working. So
it touches our hearts and it touches that of our survivors. So thank you. And thank you for all those that are writing notes on the side. Hey, I noticed we have another board member as one of our guests. Can we bring her on?
Yeah, so so I'm gonna copy the link. The board members or
Yen Marshall. Yen's on the phone. Can you bring Yen on? I don't know if Yen, if you're.
So if you could click on the link I just put in the comments page, or the comments. Anyone who wants to come on, feel free to click on that link and then I'll allow you to come in. Just copy and paste the link I just commented in the comments. It's https://@EliteTV, and then we'll add you on in.
And I also want to thank Crosslinks TV for spotlighting our cafe through the years, and also because that they recognize and they're concerned too about our Asian Pacific Islander community that may not be getting out, and where homes may be becoming tents. They're showing some of the work that we've done with them on addressing domestic violence, sexual assault, and human trafficking. They're showing that on their TV schedule. So thank you, Crossings TV.
And Yen, thank you. Yes, thank you, Crossings TV. We see you. We see your comment. Thanks so much. Also, thank you, Yen, for commenting and telling us that you're here. Grace for telling us that you're here. Vince, thank you so much for commenting and letting us know that you're here. All right. So another person I want to thank for coming in is Raven, who's our intern, who's working behind the scenes right now, making sure everything's flowing well. All right. So I think that now is a good time we can start talking about our cafes, and we have some photos of what they look like. If you haven't been to the cafes yet, or our first cafe, this is our original 650 Cafe Mall. Let me
So those are actually pictures of 455 Capitol Mall. And that's a picture from the one with the 5 is our 5th birthday last year. So if you haven't been to the mall, my sister's cafe at 455 Capitol Mall, you walk in that little walkway under the lettering there, right off Capitol Mall, and you'll see us on the left-hand side. So I think they're showing some other pictures. Oh, yes. So now here are pictures of 650 Capitol Mall. So that's in the federal building. We were honored that we were asked to run the cafe. And you can see the patio area outside. So when we get to all go back to work, you don't have to go inside the security line. You can go in that patio area, and there's a window there that you can order your lunch, and you can call ahead too and order the lunch and just do a pickup. So the menu is the same on both places. Michelle or Julia or Myra, do you want to add anything?
I don't know. I still haven't been there yet, so I'm really excited to go see it. And I'm working on right now designing a bunch of like signs and menu stuff for the new cafe. So I'm super excited to see those signs up and then go and see what 650 Capitol Mall looks like.
Thanks, Julia, our cafe, our enterprise manager, for coming in, saying hello on your vacation. And Steph Cruz, thanks so much for coming in. All right. Next, we were going to go through the agenda here. Now that we've seen all the new location of our new cafe, we're going to go ahead and answer any questions you all have. If you want to comment your questions below.
Oh, we've gotten a couple of questions online. Let me check. Oh, this is a good one now that Milda's on the phone. What is next for my sister's house, and what are like future plans for my sister's house?
What are my sister's house future plans? Well, we're excited that next year is our 20th anniversary. So we're looking forward to celebrating our 20th anniversary with the rest of the world being COVID-19 free. And the board's vision of that plan includes different things, but really bottom line, they strengthen our services that we provide for victims of domestic violence, sexual assault, and human trafficking. So it includes starting a social enterprise, a different social enterprise for our survivors. It also includes looking at starting a 4th shelter, and there's definitely need. I was writing to someone today about how a Chinese client asked if they could come stay with us, and we had to say no to them today, which is always the hardest part of the job, right? It also includes just building a rainy day fund and making sure that we have additional services for our survivors. So really proud of the board and its vision, and really appreciative of our friends that have provided support so that we can reach our goal. We're trying to raise $2.0 million for our 20th anniversary for my sister's house, so we can we can continue to work hard from our 20th year to our 30th year. Michelle is, by the way, doing what I think you're supposed to be doing in original mukbang or mukbang style. So what's another question, Michelle, that you have?
Oh, well, we got a question from our audience. Is Michelle eating a sandwich from the cafe? And unfortunately not. The original plan for this is that we were going to do the live stream from the cafe, but the cafes are closed. So Kaylee and I made our favorite foods from the cafe. Yeah. I made myself a egg salad sandwich, and then Kaylee made herself ramen, which is one of our specials. What special day is that, Kaylee?
Ramen is Wednesday.
Wednesday. Go ahead.
Yep. Yeah. And I'm glad that we were able to get Catherine on. Hello. Oh, we can't hear you. Let's make sure you're not muted.
Hey, I also see Stephanie Cruz, one of our other board members, is on the is one of the guests. Are we able to let Stephanie speak?
Yes. For some reason, it isn't letting me unmute. Okay, you should be able. We should be able to hear you now. Stephanie. Huh.
Or since we have Catherine there, does.
We can't hear you. Is your microphone on? All right. That's unfortunate. It says it's on. Yeah, maybe. Maybe try that.
We appreciate everybody playing with us as we have this first birthday party.
Yeah, we're also testing out the live stream things because we've been talking about, like moving stuff online with COVID-19 and stuff, and kind of how to adjust to the new world that we're in for the next little bit. Okay. So let's see.
Yeah, I can't hear you, Catherine.
Well, yeah, it looks like it's not muted, but feel free to type in the comments, and then we can read what you've said.
So I know that some people are having problems with a website. Ron Tom, one of our past board members, just wished us happy birthday. Yay, 6 years and counting. Who'd have ever figured? I think many of us weren't sure that we would be able to get through this. And so it's so exciting to be able to know that, as I reminded our board and our staff this morning, many of the people through our Women to Work program that have been trained have gone on to receive like a 30% increase in their wages. So that's just one of the many things that we're proud of that My Sister's Cafe has been able to help do.
All right.
And a big shout out to Blue Shield Foundation for helping start this venture off.
All right. So I think now we will bring on Raven. I know that one of our interns, Raven, has some questions for us. Let's see. Where's she at? Here we are. All right.
Hi. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so Raven is one of our public health interns, and so she's been around the office for the past few months, and is really helping us with our social media and reaching out. And then, recently we moved her to telecommuting because of everything that's happening.
Yeah, we've had a lot of our volunteers go into telecommuting, which is totally possible. Of course, we still want to be putting out content and gathering information about how COVID-19 is affecting folks who are experiencing domestic violence. So all of our awesome interns, especially Raven, Rena, a bunch of our different interns that are still doing research, still calling people and doing outreach for us by telecommunication, and we want to thank them so much for doing all that. I'm sure they are on here right now watching. Looks like we have 13 people, so I'm sure some of them are doing that. All right, Raven, and then you said that you had some questions, maybe to spark a conversation.
Yes. What do we hope for My Sister's Cafe in the months to come after all this?
Yeah, I take myself out, put Myra in and whatnot. Myra, were you able to hear that? Let's show her in the...
So I'll take a stab while we're getting Myra back. Or Myra, do you want to answer first?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
What was the question again?
What do we hope for the new cafe
After,
in the months to come after
guys,
this quarantine and outbreak?
Can you guys hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me? Okay. I hope that in a couple of months, hopefully the cafe, the new cafe, it's we have so far new customers, new sales, and it's up and running, up to 3 staffs, including the manager on site. With that said, that we're looking forward to have the window open, and according to the old cafe, my plans are to also add a few stuff on the menu. Right now with this whole coronavirus, we went ahead and took the time to sit down. I took the time and sat down with a few staffs, and we're looking at new salads. I'm gonna name one of them, the Capri salad. I don't know if you guys heard of it. Super delicious. I love it. It has a little bit of basil in there and some nice fresh mozzarella cheese and cherry tomatoes. And yeah, so we're bringing new salads, new drinks. We're looking forward to look at some new Roman noodles, and we'll see how it goes. But hopefully, we get more customers. Sales are going higher, and new tasty stuff at the cafe. You guys gotta come check us out. You know.
I want to say, I think that what's great about this little thing is it's kind of really like a birthday party. I see Rachel's there. Rachel's here at our birthday party. So thank you, Rachel, for all your support.
There is the few of us in here. It's getting to be like a party. There's more than one of us in here. As long as we have 2, it's a party.
And just like Michelle's sandwich, the cafe is going to continue to be making some food to order, some delicious food to order. And so that's, and continue to be providing serve as a great place.
Yes. Continue to provide some fresh sandwiches and salads and wraps, and some nice cold drinks and all that stuff. So we got some good stuff at the cafe.
Yes, and when people start gathering together again in a few months, we look forward to serving and providing deliveries for those meetings. I don't know if people know, the cafe has served up to like 400 people at one time for some various state conferences. So I know that they will be ready and energized as soon as we all get back to normal. And thanks, Rachel, for ordering some of our amazing food. So appreciate the shout out and the support.
All right. Thank you so much, Myra, for answering that question. And then, Raven, do we have another question? Or I'm trying to look through to see if anyone is asking questions or wants to talk about anything. In the live stream, feel free to just drop down like something you want to talk about, and then we'll discuss it. We can have a conversation about it. Thanks everyone for posting happy birthday in the comments. Super fun.
All right, Raven, any questions?
Yes. So another question for volunteers that may want to help My Sister's Cafe during this time. What are other ways that we could help?
Totally. How are ways we can try to help DV? Yeah, DV at domestic violence victims at this time. Cool. Coming from the volunteer coordinator, like I said a bit earlier, if you're just tuning in, we are definitely still having folks volunteer via telecommunication. If you're in a position where you're able to, be healthy enough, do social distancing, you can contact us and we will figure out some way of helping you volunteer. A lot of people have volunteered to help donate food because we still have folks that are in need of food during this time, especially our survivors who maybe have just, lost jobs because of everything that's going on. So we have folks that are helping us out with that, which is really amazing.
Yeah, we had a couple of survivors say that they need toilet paper. So we're hoping to give out some toilet paper to some of our survivors. And then with this COVID-19 thing, we're kind of looking at this as an opportunity to refresh a lot of our materials. So right now we're redoing our brochure. So if you know any Asian languages, we'll let us know, and then email us, volunteermsh@gmail.com. And we're working on getting those translated to as many languages as possible. As well as some other stuff on the website.
I also want people to know that that it's really important for victims of domestic violence to know that they still can get help during this time. We don't want them to have to stay in their situations. We at least want them to be thinking about what they could be doing to be safe and to be safe in the future too. So our 24/7 helpline continues to operate. Our shelters continue to provide services, to provide shelter. Unfortunately, right now they are full. Our 18 beds are all taken. We do still have other housing services, other housing support, so people just have to call us like they would before. If people need to see us, they can, but of course we're trying to do as much of the work on the telephone as possible so that everybody can stay safe and healthy. We also are continuing to provide mental health services, mental health support, again, via telephone as opposed to our big support groups though. And our legal services, we're still continuing to help people prepare their restraining order applications, to work on their other legal papers, their other legal documents. So our services are continuing. We have staff that continue to come to the office. We have staff that work from home. So we're continuing to try to help as much as possible and to be more creative about the way we are helping people so that we can all be healthy. Thank you for those questions.
Yeah. I hope that answers the question. Thanks so much for asking, and thank you, Rena, too. And I went ahead and put, this is our 24/7 helpline.
Yeah, so Rena had the question, how do we further help victims of domestic violence during this time? Who wants to take a crack at that?
So again, I want to make sure that a domestic violence victim knows to call still our helpline when they are safe, right? That's the hard part, is that their abuser may be with them in their house. If that victim is someone who speaks an Asian language, they just have to tell us what Asian language and their phone number and know that we will call back when we find our person who speaks that same language. The number will be private, and so that the person does have to pick up the telephone. Okay.
Yeah,
all our services are available at this time. Go ahead, Michelle.
We've had a lot of extra concerns about this time with coronavirus and stuff and the quarantine going on, because that means that, people are stuck in their houses where, a lot of tension is building up. There's a lot of additional stress that's going on in the world with all of the unemployment and stuff. And so we know that, and we know from previous countries who have who have been quarantined before this, that domestic violence has been or there's more of the potential for domestic violence, and more factors that are causing abusers to abuse during this time. So yeah, we're preparing all of our advocates for that, and yeah, we're still offering all of our services. A lot of extra safety planning for sure.
And then, of course, we all also appreciate the financial support so that My Sister's House can continue to assist survivors. I don't know if people know that last year we gave out more than $200,000 in terms of support to help, like with rent, utilities, other financial needs that survivors had. So that was more than 10% of our budget last year, and that's not counting the other support that we've provided survivors through the years and last year. So we're proud of that at My Sister's House, and we're proud of our 6th birthday. We're so appreciative of all the support from you all in terms of coming to eat or ordering food from us for your meetings, saying hi to our staff, being kind to the staff. We appreciate all that and more, and celebrating with us. That also has been very important.
Yeah. I think another thing too is we see now that this seems like a really cool way to engage with folks virtually. So we're hoping that maybe we can get some of our for folks that aren't wanting or aren't able to leave their home, or they obviously we also be practicing social distancing, that we have our support groups, like our art therapy groups and everything, be available to folks via virtual, like online. So that way people could tune into art therapy just as you are all tuning in to see us right now, and other support groups. We're working on that. We're glad that we had a good turnout this on our birthday. So that way, we're working off the kinks, of course, but definitely how we're trying to continue to work as well and adjusting to these times.
Yeah, I'm excited. This was kind of our test run for this, and so it's working out pretty well.
Yeah.
So, Kaylee, can you show the picture of the menu for Friday? It looks delicious.
Yeah, I can. 1 second. Let me bring it up.
And yes, Rachel, I agree with you that immediate material in-kind emergency support to survivors is critical. And we're grateful to be working with all the other nonprofit housing groups too to help make that happen. Thanks, Yen, for being a great board member. Yen Marshall had to get off the phone, and she's our vice president, and she's saying kudos to our staff and thanking our supporters for making it possible.
Thanks, Yen. Oh, look, the menu's on. Oh, the veggie wrap is like, oh, the veggie sandwich is one of my favorites. It has like capers and cream cheese in it, and that's usually what I order when I go to My Sister's Cafe.
So Vince, what's with Everyday Impact Consulting? What's your favorite menu item?
Oh yeah, why don't you comment down below what your favorite menu item is?
Comment below.
So Kaylee, what's your favorite menu item?
My favorite, honestly, I have like a lot. It really depends on the day. I really like Nancy's noodles. I really like the curry. I like our specials, but I love banh mi sandwiches. Tofu banh mi sandwiches. That's my jam.
Also the pho broth, because you get that like every Tuesday.
Yeah, okay. I always like forget about pho because pho is like my just favorite food generally. So yeah. But I like to get different stuff from the cafe all the time just because everything's so good. When people come to the register and they're like, what do you recommend? I'm like, honestly, what are you feeling? Because everything's pretty good. Like, it's really hard for me to recommend food.
I get teased for liking weird food from some of the cafe workers, because I always order my Cobb salads with like extra blue cheese, right, which is the part that Noah likes, and then like extra bacon and stuff like that.
I
So
love the Cobb salad with extra blue cheese. Yes. Okay.
yeah.
We have another question from Rachel. I'll put it up here. How can our nonprofit housing group support my sister's house further?
Well, I appreciate, Rachel, when your groups order food to support your meetings at my sister's cafe. But I also just think it's important for us to work together in terms of, because I'm sure that some of our clients have similar needs, or, they need housing, which we refer them to other housing groups, and then vice versa. Some of the residents in housing groups need to, unfortunately, could benefit from the services that my sister's house provides. So making sure that we make that transition and that provide those services as easy as possible is really important. I think, and also just having those discussions about domestic violence and sexual assault, I think that with staff and with the residents is also a big help in terms of preventing domestic violence and sexual assault. I mean, I often wish that I've been thinking with this COVID-19 and, and just the stats, because domestic violence and sexual assault, as people know, affects like 1 out of 4 people. And it's like, if we had as many messages as we had about washing hands with regards to domestic violence and sexual assault, we may certainly be able to do a better job of flattening the curve with regards to domestic violence and sexual assault.
Definitely. All right. And thank you, Wanda, so much for wishing us. And then Vince responded. He said that his favorite item from my sister's cafe is the teriyaki chicken, and his second choice would be a banh mi. I'm with you on that one.
Okay, Raven, what's your favorite food from the cafe?
I have to say the banh mi as well, and the pho. Yeah. I just started volunteering this semester, and I never knew that my sister's house had a cafe. So I'm going to have to go more often now and try all the different dishes.
How do you like volunteering at the cafe, or what do you think of it?
It's very relaxing. I love working with the other volunteers. But at times it does get stressful. Our workspace is very small, but we make it work. So.
All right, we got another question from one of our other awesome interns, Rena. Would you do a virtual support messaging system? Would a virtual support messaging system be possible, since it may be harder for victims to make calls during this time? Oh, that's a great question.
So I've actually been working on this for a while. So I'm hoping, I don't think it'll happen during like the COVID-19 stuff, but I'm hoping down the line we could have one of those. So I've been working on that a lot, because I work a lot with college students, and like my generation isn't necessarily that comfortable speaking over the phone and calling a crisis line. But our email is definitely open. So if you or anyone you know wants support, they can email us at info@my-sisters-house.org, and then they can get support through email.
Also, I think they can DM us on our social medias. So if it seems more discreet to maybe DM the My Sister's Cafe Instagram, we'll still help through there. We'll definitely, especially during these times, we'll try to set up a safe way that we can contact you if you want to just DM us through the cafe Facebook or the cafe Instagram, or even just the My Sister's House Instagram or Facebook or Twitter. We also have a Twitter. All right.
Oh,
go ahead.
Oh, Zima's another one of our friends who's joined us at the party. So thank you, Zima. So My Sister's House Friends, for those of you that may not know, is kind of another advisory board of past board members and also aspiring board members and people who just want to provide some extra support, financial support, extra leadership for My Sister's House. So a thank you to Zima for coming to our birthday party today and for all the cafe support that she's provided too.
If anyone wants to put anyone else, thank you so much, Vince, for putting your favorite cafe item. If anyone else wants to comment their favorite cafe item in the comments, that'd be awesome.
Right. And I do want to say, like, if it's not if it's more helpful for people to think about as that it's a helpline and not just a crisis line, I hope that people will not be afraid to make that call. That younger generation that is Michelle's age.
All right.
See, I call it the support line when I go out and do outreach.
There you go.
Yep.
Zima says she loves the delivery service. And remember, delivery service for tomorrow for 10 or more, or pick up tomorrow.
Oh, she said that they love the sandwich platters, which, they can look like this.
So that's our banh mi sliders.
I always fill my plate with those whenever we have events.
Wanda, I'm with you. I love the Chinese chicken salad too. I love those little crunchies on top. And Sherry loves the curry sandwich and the banh mi and the drinks. Our jasmine tea competes with Starbucks iced tea, so.
Yes. Priscilla says that the Chinese chicken salad is the best in town. Thanks, Priscilla.
One question, what was the inspiration for the second cafe for My Sister's House?
That's, well, let me tell you the inspiration for the first cafe. Mm-hmm. The inspiration for the first cafe was just that, My Sister's House had been helping our domestic violence victims with their resumes, with interviews, with talking about issues that are affecting them. And yet it was hard for many of them to get jobs. And so many of them felt like that they still had to stay in abusive situations, especially those with language and cultural issues. And so the inspiration behind starting the cafe was like, we had to do something about those stories. We at least had to help some of our survivors get some work experiences so that they could really feel that they could be free of abuse. And we didn't know exactly what we were doing, but we trusted. I mean, there were people like Ron, Tom, who, really pushed for that we needed to do something to help our survivors in this way, and then also hopefully to help make some funds for My Sister's House. So that was the inspiration behind My Sister's Cafe #1. I think we got into My Sister's Cafe #2 in part because we were asked, but also in part because of a recognition that My Sister's Cafe #1 could only serve so many people and could only provide support for so many. So hoping that doubling the efforts will mean that we can have a bigger impact or double the impact with the work at My Sister's Cafe. This is also part of the reason that in our 20th anniversary plan that we've been talking about our second social enterprise that'll be more retail oriented, because we know that not every survivor is interested in working in the restaurant world, and so we thought, let's give them another another opportunity and also provide another vehicle for my sister's house to make an impact.
And then we got another pasta said, loves the white chocolate raspberry coffee.
Oh, Hafsa. She used to work for my sister's house. And she would volunteer every Wednesday, I think. So yeah, hi Hafsa.
Thanks for joining.
Has
All right,
anybody
Reagan,
tried that coffee? I didn't even know we had that coffee.
I'm not a coffee drinker. I've tried like all the teas there, not the coffee yet.
Yeah.
Okay, Raven, let's take one more question and then we'll sing happy birthday.
Okay.
I just want to say that the new cafe offers nitro coffee.
Oh yeah, it's so good actually.
I think the last question should be.
Hi, Sarah. That's my cousin.
Thank you for saying this, Sarah. All right, cool. What's the last question, Raven?
What were the most memorable moments of My Sister's Cafe after 6 years? Now that we're celebrating another birthday.
My most memorable moment was we just had this like 20th anniversary celebration like a month ago. And one of our survivors came up to the front and talked about her story and how much of an impact the cafe has had on her. So that was, you know, like you work at the cafe and you work the crisis line and I work at the office, and it's just I love hearing all the success stories, you know, from the survivors themselves. So that was one of the most touching moments.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. When I was an intern at my sister's house, I worked at the cafe as an intern, and I got to know all the staff. Like I was just there one day a week, and I was kind of, you know, I didn't really know anyone, but they like really accepted me in. And now that I'm a staff member and work for the organization, it's really awesome just to see like how much they've grown, and I've grown. They've helped me grow because they make me feel so comfortable, and everyone's comfortable, and just the cafe folks and the staff at the cafe are just awesome, and all the volunteers we have in there are super awesome. It's just, yeah, it feels like family in there. Like you go in, get some good food, and it's like family. We have a couple more comments, and then Boss, do you have a memorable moment? I don't really have a moment. I just have like
I have so many memorable moments, but I think two things I want to say. One, in terms of client stories, one of our clients is on New Year's Day sent me pictures of the food truck that she's going to be starting soon. This cafe, one of our survivors anyway, had started working at Google. And so we're just so proud of her. And so that's the kind of success story that you can't help but continue to want to brag about, right? And the other thing that I want to say that also touches me at my sister's cafe is, you know, I'm there a lot for different meetings, and sometimes I hear people talking about domestic violence or sexual assault issues, about the work that we do. And you know, and for me, it's like the cafe is providing an opportunity for those difficult discussions to happen. I don't have to be a part of all those discussions, but just to know that they're even happening, that for me is a very special part, and glad that we've been able to assist them for the past 6 years, and hoping for many more years to follow.
Do you have
Raven, do you have any memorable moments?
I think also feeling very accepted coming in, and knowing that they appreciate our help, and they really just make you feel comfortable. And that's a great, yeah.
See, Myra's on here. Myra, in your short time that you've been at the cafe, do you have any memorable moments?
Yes, like you guys mentioned, there's it's not just a cafe. It's a place where you feel like family. Uh, Customers and ourselves, we're all loveys, debbies. You know, it's a play. I'm learning a lot as I go, and slowly I realized that it's to me it's like a second home. I have my home where I am with my daughter, but just to the cafe, I feel very comfortable. And I feel it's the right place for me and for them. Drivers are also there, volunteers are there, and you hear these stories and you sit back and you mentally others by listening and learning from them, and also them learning from me. So, um, the small here with my sister's cafe, and every day I learn something new. And I'm looking forward to many more years with you guys and with all these new employees and volunteers that come to my sister's cafe every day, and including the customers, of course. That they if it wasn't because of them, we won't be here. So yeah, that's what I got so far. So.
So I have a comment from Catherine, who said that her most memorable moment was opening day. She was on the board when they made the decision to open the cafe, and it was so exciting to see it come to life. I'm so proud to see how successful you've been.
Awesome. And a couple more people. Rachel, I think this is a good one. Banh mi, veggie banh mi. Hard to find everywhere else. Yes, I'm with you on that. Our tofu banh mi, love it. For the vegetarians out there, we are here for it. Okay. And then, but yeah, awesome. Thanks, Catherine, for sharing that memory. Any more memories to be shared? Can be shared in the comments below.
All right, Kaylee, let's get everyone on and then sing happy birthday. I'll tie it up with all the announcements that we want to make for the cafe. So one, when we open up, come visit us at 455 Capitol Mall. And also our new location at 650 Capitol Mall. Buy gift cards to support us and the work that we do and our Women to Work program during this time that we're off. And you can buy that. The URL is in the chat. And then tomorrow we're doing special cafe orders. You can find the menu. We'll be posting that shortly online. And then also remember us for catering. We'll be doing catering throughout the quarantine time, as well as afterwards. We provide a lot of catering to services. So if you want, the money that you have to spend for your big work events to also go to a good cause, then I think for a good cause. Yeah.
All right.
All right, Kaylee, bring everyone on.
We can't have more than 4 people on the time, unfortunately. So maybe we'll work on that and see if we can do that for next time. But we'll bring Myra on.
I'm ready. I made brownies.
All right, let's light it up. All right, we sing happy birthday, so that way it's not just our voices, it's awkward. Mine's emoji, by the way. All right, ready? Bring your. Oh no, sorry. He didn't have a candle.
My sister. Okay. She's gonna sing happy birthday.
1, 2, 3, right?
Okay.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear My Sister's Cafe. Happy birthday to you or us. Yay!
Thanks, everyone.
All right, thank you.
We
Thanks.
have more that you can join later on, so keep an eye out on our social media. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you, everybody. See you soon. Stay safe.
I'll close out once everyone's closed out. Bye.
Bye.
All right.